Imagine standing on a quiet baseball field on a warm afternoon. The grass is trimmed, the bases are chalked, and the stadium seats sit empty except for a few birds perched along the railings. You take your position on the pitcher's mound, gripping a baseball just like millions of players have done before you. But today is different. Today, by some impossible twist of physics, you are able to throw that baseball at 99% the speed of light. You wind up, you focus, and then, with a single motion, you release the ball. For a fraction of a millisecond, everything seems normal. Your arm moves, the ball leaves your hand, the dust beneath your feet swirls. But then reality catches up. A baseball traveling at relativistic speed is no longer a baseball. It is a weapon of unimaginable power, an object carrying the kinetic energy of a small nuclear bomb, compressed into a 5-ounce sphere spinning through the air. As it accelerates down the field, the air in front of it doesn't have time to move aside. Instead, molecules are smashed apart in a chain reaction of violence. The ball slams into the atmosphere with such force that the air itself becomes plasma. Superheated, glowing, tearing apart into a cone of fiery destruction. A shockwave forms instantly, ripping outward with the intensity of artillery fire. The first few meters of air ignite into a blinding flash like a miniature sun blooming at eye level. By the time the baseball has traveled a single meter, it has already vaporized the air in its path. By 5 meters, it creates a tunnel of glowing ionized gas, a streak of lightning trapped horizontally. The atoms in the ball begin to tear apart as well, unable to withstand the tremendous forces acting on them. Protons and neutrons scatter like shrapnel. The ball is disintegrating, but the energy it carries continues forward with unstoppable momentum. The infield disappears first. The pitcher's mound evaporates behind you as the air shockwave folds back across the field. Dirt lifts into the air in a boiling wave. A tremendous boom erupts, not like thunder, but like a detonation, a pressure wave so intense it shatters every window within a kilometer. Bleachers are blown off their foundations. Birds are thrown from the sky. The announcer's booth disintegrates into splinters. In the next few milliseconds, the baseball, now more like a stream of nuclear particles, reaches home plate. The plate, the dirt beneath it, the wooden fence behind it, all vanish in an explosion of superheated debris. Everything in a straight line path is vaporized instantly. The shockwave continues expanding outward, flattening grass, uprooting trees, pulverizing concrete. What was once a baseball diamond becomes a crater, glowing red at the edges from pure thermal energy. And yet the destruction doesn't stop there. As the relativistic fragments continue forward, they collide with air molecules, soil particles, and structures, transferring enormous amounts of energy in the process. This cascade of collisions resembles a miniature cosmic ray shower, except instead of happening in the upper atmosphere, it's happening at ground level, ripping through the landscape. Radiation bursts outward in a cone. Groundwater flashes into steam. Underground pipes melt. A column of glowing gas punches into the sky. Within 1 second, the baseball's energy affects an area the size of a city block. Within 3 seconds, the shockwave and heat have consumed an entire neighborhood. Fires ignite everywhere. Power lines snap. Cars are tossed like toys. The air becomes so hot that oxygen begins to burn. People miles away hear a roar so loud it makes their bones vibrate. Then, after the initial explosion, the world is left with silence. A stunned, ringing silence broken only by crackling fires and collapsing structures. The baseball field is gone. The stadium is gone. A wide, scorched crater sits where the mound once was, its edges glowing faintly like cooling metal. Smoke climbs into the sky in a tall, trembling pillar. What remains is devastation on a scale few could ever imagine, caused by something as simple as a pitch. And yet all of it stems from one fundamental truth of physics. Mass moving at relativistic speeds carries extraordinary energy. A tiny baseball thrown at nearly the speed of light becomes a bomb, not through magic, but through momentum. In the aftermath, scientists would study the crater with awe and fear, probably concluding that no weapon humanity has ever built could replicate the same raw, instantaneous release of kinetic energy. Meteorologists would analyze atmospheric disturbances, Physicists would debate how the atoms in the baseball behaved in those microseconds, but players, coaches, fans, they would never again look at a fast pitch with casual admiration. And somewhere far from the ruined field, you would stand with your pitching arm still extended, the realization settling in that the most destructive throw in history lasted less than a blink, and forever changed the meaning of fastball.